Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hearts of Iron 4 video. I recently made a video playing as France and extending our force, making the mega-no line that would let nobody enter our territory. And on that video I posted a poll whether I should do it again, and if so, how. And over 4,000 of you voted that I should do it again and defend my allies. So the little entente, like Czechoslovakia, to honor all those who voted, this is what I'm going to do. Let's play as France. So again, we're only allowed to defend, we cannot attack. So our units can use front lines, but we need to be defensive and we cannot push. We also have to stay democratic and do the little entente and defend our allies. So, regular difficulty, Ironman mode, historical focuses. Let's see if we can beat the Germans without attacking. Yeah, I tried it just a moment ago, but I decided to change my strategy a bit. Let's try one more time. So first off, government reform. We need to get to defense stratagems as quickly as possible. Civilian factories, quite a lot of them. Classic research boosts and production boosts. Normally, researching a doctrine as France is not a very good choice because of the negative modifiers that we have. So let's just leave the doctrines alone, but keep the trench warfare one that we already have. But instead focus on our industry a little bit. Let us also decolonize completely, well, almost completely. Why? There are three reasons to decolonize. One is you can steal their manpower for your troops. Reason number two is they will act as buffer zones. So for example, Morocco will make it impossible for Spain to get into Africa if we don't call Morocco into the war. Tunisia will block Italy from advancing this way, and so on. And finally, reason number three is each of the countries that we're about to release, let's start doing that, is going to get their unique focus tree. Well, not unique, they're going to get the generic focus tree, but the generic focus tree, actually I'm going to show you, the generic focus tree is going to give them 5 civilian factories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 military factories, 1, 2, 3. For free. So that's 8 total factories. If I release 10 countries, that's 80 factories. I'm going to release more than that. Let's get going. One thing that we should not release, and that's quite important, is Algeria. Why? Well, because we have focuses that will give us free factories there. So we can either not release them, or release them and later annex them. Tunisia, yes. Algeria, no. Madagascar, of course. Syria, yeah. Laos, sure. And so on. Morocco is crucial. That is it. We're not returning any territory and we're not releasing Algeria. Let's get all our troops to front. We will be modifying these templates later on. For now, let's just get them home. And that's it. Let us unpause the game. To reiterate, our goal is to see Germany defeated while staying democratic and not attacking anyone. Also, we're only going to be producing infantry weapons. Everything else is rather pointless. Well, and some convoys. We need political power very badly. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it now, except for getting a silent workforce as soon as we gather up 150. Government reform, good. Remilitarization of Rhineland. It would be a good idea to stop that, but it is not the focus of this video. We're going to form the little entente and defend against the Germans that way. Let's issue a diplomatic objection and support the status quo. Spanish Civil War. It would be beneficial to us if we could make a Republican Spain win. Unfortunately, there is insufficient world tension to start Lend-Lease or send volunteers to them, so there's really nothing we can do about it, which means most likely nationalist Spain will prevail. Fortunately, all we need is one army and a few forts to keep them at bay. Workers threaten with strikes, let them. Eat up conscription? Oh, that's because of the strikes. Yeah, let's ignore that. Elections. Communists in the government. We would lose stability or gain communist support. I'll actually rather get more communists. We will get rid of all that communist support with raids. Raids are pretty good because they give you extra stability. Concentrated industry, please. Yeah, we've supported the status quo. Now, the little entente. It might seem a little early for that, but we need to strengthen the government as soon as possible. Now, there is a chance that Czechoslovakia will refuse. I'm not sure how that is calculated, I would need to go into the event files. But just in case we can influence it, I'm going to improve relations with them. That is, as soon as I buy my silent workhorse. Right, silent workhorse, Gaston. Republican Spain doing better than usual, but they'll still lose, I think. Czechoslovakia. Yeah, let's improve relations just a little bit. Finally, the strikes are over. Little entente, let's see. Czechoslovakia joins, good. Strengthen government. I suppose it is time we started working on our units. I need to deploy a lot of them. The cheapest unit we have is cavalry, in terms of equipment required to deploy them. So let's do a lot of cavalry. cavalry. I could create a new template, but that would cost 5 army experience, and I don't have that. Actually, what I'm going to do is keep all the units that are using one of these 2 templates, and the rest will just be switched to cavalry. Why? Well, because this way we'll have some equipment and manpower ready to be funneled into these units so we can have more in the field simultaneously, and that's useful. I'm not going to be using cavalry, we're going to be using infantry, but this is a temporary thing. We just want a lot of them in the field. 2 or 3 army groups. Let's do the computing machine. It is ahead of time, but it will be worth it. Some construction and concentrated. Deploy ahead of time. Now we have 2 paths here. We could start by inviting Yugoslavia and Romania into our faction, but we still have some time before the Germans attack, so I think we will benefit more if we try to get extra research slots in the meantime, and invite them a bit later. And once this has been active for a year, we will be able to do defensive stratagems, which are brilliant. I'm going to need to hire a military theorist, because I'm gonna need military experience. We need more stability. Let's do anti-communist raids. It decreases it briefly, but in the long term it increases stability. Communist influence foreign policy. Do we care? I mean, I don't want to lose stability, so yes, we will agree to that, but we'll also combat it with anti-communist raids, which will keep increasing our stability. I'm gonna need to switch these guys into some colonial templates to conserve our own manpower. Who has the most manpower of our subjects? That is Vietnam. We'll temporarily create a Vietnamese cavalry division. We're not gonna be using it, it's just temporary. Switch everyone to it, and that will give us a lot of manpower that I can use to deploy even more units simultaneously. I will be using colonial manpower, but I will refine it exactly later on. For now I just need a lot of units in the field, even if they're not trained or don't have equipment. Military factories complete. Let's get a 4th research slot. After that we should probably work on Yugoslavia and Romania. Hindenburg incident. And something else I clicked away. Let's get all our planes and send them to Czechoslovakia. We can't let Czechoslovakia fall. Extra research slot complete. And Japan is attacking. Now we can go to free trade, which is superior to everything else. I think we need to focus on inviting Yugoslavia now, because we need to be ready for when the Germans attack Czechoslovakia. Nationalist Spain is winning, but not as quickly as they could. 24 more cavalry deployed, switch them to Vietnamese cavalry again. Just a little trick so that we can have a lot of units in the field, but we are limited by our ability to produce guns, unfortunately. This will be better later on. I didn't get the event that gave me early mobilization for free. That's unfortunate. Yugoslavia doesn't like me very much, but I don't think it really matters in whether they join the alliance or not. Yugoslavia joins our faction, perfect. Now we just need Romania. Germany is still not doing Sudetenland, so we have some time. Strengthen the government has expired, so I could just cancel this and start doing defensive stratagems now, but we need to invite Romania soon. Computing machine complete. Let's do improved computing machine. Could dismantle the Maginot line. Not a great idea, is it? Romania joins our alliance. Perfect. So we now have Czechoslovakia, Romania and Yugoslavia in our alliance, which means I can actually move troops into Czechoslovakia through here and defend them. Defensive stratagems. And no Polish guarantee. We actually require Poland to fall. That's sad, but unfortunately sacrifices need to be made. Time to research and the better guns. And some decryption. Yugoslavia wants our planes. Sure, you can have whatever you need. Let's increase our stability by doing anti-communist raids. Wonder what would happen if I guaranteed Austria. Probably nothing. Now, I would like to start boosting popularity of democracy in Germany and Italy. However, I need to conserve some political power so that I can increase my conscription as well as my economy law when the war starts. Then again, this is important. Let's boost party popularity in Germany and Italy. We will want some coups to trigger to help us fight. Hungary demands the right to rearm. We don't want them to, because that will make them stronger, and they will eventually join the Germans. I could actually stop them from becoming fascist if I boosted popularity there. Maybe I can. They need 40 to start a focus that this is required for. Perhaps I can stop them. And if I can stop them, they will not join the Axis. Yeah, okay, let's stand firm on the rearmament, but support democracy in Hungary. Yeah, see, they require 40% fascist support for this to happen. Anschluss has happened. Let's work towards the next research slot. Are we doing on factories? Well enough. See, I can stop them from renouncing the Treaty of Trianon. Might even turn them to my side. And it is quite expensive to do it. Well, one less enemy to worry about. I could try and do the same to the Soviet Union, but I'm expecting them to be our friend. We now have enough for 2 full armies. So what are we going to do? So we're going to have one entire army group of just French infantry. We don't have enough manpower, but we will eventually. And then another army group composed of colonial divisions. We are going to do that for all our colonial subjects, starting with Lebanon. We take Lebanon and we copy the Brigade Coloniale template, which is just 6 infantry, but that's good enough. Now we see how much manpower they have. This template takes 6,000. See, Lebanon has 28,000. That's enough for 4.5, so let's say 5, because they will also use some of our manpower. Brigade Coloniale, there you go. Have a look. They have 10% of our manpower and the rest is Lebanese. Now we're going to repeat that for all our subjects until we use all their manpower. Syria next. Vietnam has enough for 20, but I already used them for cavalry. So let's switch that back and see. Okay, that is a lot. You know what? We're going to use Vietnam for actual regular infantry, not the smaller template. After a lot of clicking, I have settled on this. 6 full armies of this template, using colonial manpower from our various subjects, and 4 templates like this. I will remove the artillery later, using manpower from us and from Vietnam. These 6 armies containing colonial templates will just stay in France and protect our territories, whilst the 4 full armies with the better units are going to Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia in order to protect them. And they will also protect the borders over here for once Poland fails, because unfortunately we have to sacrifice Poland, because otherwise the Soviet Union would attack us from the other side. Extra research slot 2. This exercise of our troops, I'm gonna need some army experience. And of the Spanish Civil War and the nationalists win, as usual. I have decided to work on some force on the Italian border. Level 5 everywhere. This way they shouldn't be able to get into our territory. We are neglecting the Benelux for now, we should be fine there. Okay, the Munich conference. Wait a minute. Why do I still lose political power for supporting Czechoslovakia while they are in my faction already? Shouldn't that be free? I guess it doesn't really matter. The British be damned, France supports their friends. We're not going to leave the Czechs to their fate. Let's do Leviamas, I think that's how that's pronounced, I'm not sure. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Do your worst, Germany, Sudetan crisis, and they are about to attack us. Germany declared war on Czechoslovakia. Let's ensure everyone is careful, so they don't go attacking the Germans. Just entrench yourselves. Yeah, it's just the Czechs who are attacking. Good. Oh right, I'm not in this war yet. I want to join your war. Now we will be able to protect their territories. If they want to attack the Germans, so be it. We will be the defenders. Also, in Yugoslavia, I have left my troops like this because once Yugoslavia joins the war, Croatia will spawn. And this way we should be able to prevent any shenanigans. Yugoslavia has joined. Now Croatia should spawn soon. I am not calling in any of my puppets. It will be better if they're not involved at all. Alright, see, Croatia happened. Let's see if I can just join your war. This one. Romania has joined us. Good. Everything is in the hands of Yugoslavia. And they handled it. Good. Now you guys can join this border because the Germans are kind of dangerous. Yeah, I think we can handle the German invasion here. Oh right, I forgot, I should probably take all of my navy and send it around Italy to prevent any possible naval invasions once they join. The better guns have been researched. Oh right, I can hire this guy for 50. Sure, let's do that. Defense plus 10%. Unfortunately, we will have to abandon Poland to their fate. Now, we could, of course, help Poland, reinforce their borders and so on, but in the long run, that would lead to our failure. Why? Well, because if Poland exists, after a while, the Soviet Union will attack from the other side, and we can't handle both the Germans and the Soviets. I wish I could build infrastructure for them. Yugoslavia is the weak point here, it seems. But I think we should be able to handle it. Time to adjust our 2 main templates. This one, remove artillery, add some more infantry, and the same thing for the Vietnamese one. But incident, not my problem. Let's compare the casualties. We have lost 15,000 and the Germans have lost 123,000. We're spending quite a lot of political power on Hungary just to prevent it from going fascist. I'm not sure if that is a great choice, but let's keep doing it. Let's go to war economy. We could try and pursue total mobilization, but it's not always the best choice. If you're wondering why I'm not allowing all my subjects to join, well, for example here, Italy has to secure the border with Tunis, but they can't invade them. Same goes for Morocco and Spain once Spain joins. Poland refuses German ultimatum. Alright, the Germans are about to attack Poland, and I think there's some event that makes them automatically join my faction. Let's just slow this down. And I don't want Poland in my faction. See, France called Poland as an ally, they have accepted an offer to join. I did not send that offer. I don't like that the game makes this decision for me. I need to kick them from the faction. I can't do that before July. Well, this is annoying, because I did not invite them to my faction. I don't want them in my faction, because we need Poland to fall, so that we can be friends with the Soviet Union. Sad, but necessary. Army reform time. Zog submits to Italy. When I kick Poland, they should join the Allies. I'm completely fine with that. So all we're going to do is just not help Poland. And I am Polish, so it hurts me to do so, but it is necessary in this case. Abandoned territory, run to Romania. They don't seem to be listening. Czechoslovakia is actually sending troops to help Poland. That is not the best choice. I mean, I am defending your territory, but we don't want you doing that. I don't think Poland can hold out even with Czech support. I should have started boosting ideology in Spain sooner. Italy has joined them. Now, are we secured against Italy sufficiently? Poland wants to send me Lend-Lease. I feel so bad. I have abandoned them and they're sending me their guns. But maybe they just know what's happening and they want their guns to be useful once they surrender. We can finally do doctrines again. Now maybe I should switch to mass assault, since I'm just using infantry. This is good for entrenchment and defense, but this is good overall. Let's do that. The Italians are attacking Yugoslavia. I mean, I have secured the border, so hopefully we can hold out. Come on, Poland, stop resisting. I need to kick Poland from the faction. Sorry, Poland joins the Allies. Hopefully Czechoslovakia will now withdraw their troops from Poland, and Poland will fall faster. Now that we have kicked Poland, the Germans are advancing even faster into their territory, and they've taken Warsaw. Seems like Yugoslavia will be our main battleground. Oh no, Czechoslovakia and Romania are helping Poland. We really didn't want that to happen. Let's continue the avenue of Algeria and France. This is looking stable enough. Let's see how far Poland is from capitulation. Halfway there. Atomic research complete. I'm not going to do nukes. Nukes are pointless. But it is going to boost our other research. Probably also invite German and Italian scientists, but I don't have the political power for that. Hey Hungary, you want to switch to democracy or something? At least I will stop them from joining the Axis. Let's start researching the best guns. And Lend-Lease. The Italians are being very aggressive, but even if they push us back to Romania, it should be okay. We're being pushed back in Yugoslavia quite heavily. I might need to retreat a little bit. Poland is holding on, which is ironically very bad for us. Oh, Czechoslovakia actually took some territory from the Germans. Cool. Now, if I could push, that would be completely different. And then we could attack from Poland and, you know, gang up on Germany together. And once the Soviet Union demands Poland, it's going to be troublesome. I think it's time to start staging coups. Lots of our troops got surrounded here. That's very bad. Soviets aren't just filling Latvia. Soon they will be bordering the Germans. And hopefully they will fight each other. Latvia has surrendered to the Soviet menace. Oh, now they're doing Romania. I do hope Romania surrenders some territory to the Soviets. Yep, Romania cedes Bessarabia. That is fine. Germany is not doing too well in Poland. We are losing Yugoslavia, although we might be able to secure the border with Romania because of the rivers and mountains here. Italy is justifying on Hungary. Oh, that's perfect. Why though? You don't even bother each other. Well, now you kind of do, so that's fine. And we're not doing any focuses for a while now. I'm gonna need that political power for other stuff. Increase those forts to level 8. Okay, Kingdom of Hungary joined the Allies. Good. Which faction did you join? It says you joined the Allies, but then it also says that it joined our faction. So which one is it? You're allied to us. Okay, good. You can stop boosting popularity now, because even if they turn fascist, they're already at war with Germany. Let's reorganize these armies a bit, so they can protect Hungary. Something like that. Hungary can be useful because they're quite aggressive. And they're actually making gains into the German territory. Cool. Progressing through here is also problematic for the Axis. They are taking heavy attrition. Poland not surrendering remains our only concern. Soviet Union declares war on Finland. Now, if Finland joined the Axis, that would be perfect. But they won't. Let's get an army logistics expert. Sorry, specialist. Oh, that's pathetic. At least our industry is powerful. The lands cave to the British, that's fine. Seems they really can't handle Poland. Communists in the government. Sure, I guess. Damn it, I forgot the army I sent to Hungary was also protecting the south down here. Canada wants to send me guns. Good. Now the Soviet Union is doing demand Eastern Poland, and once that's finished, if Poland is not capitulated, they will declare war on Poland. It's actually in our best interest that the Axis win in Poland right now. Pity I can't tell that to all my allies. Well, at least they won't be at war with us, just with the allies. Soviet Union attacked Lithuania. That means the Soviet Union is at war with the allies. That's problematic. But fortunately, we have kicked Poland out of our faction, so once they attack Poland, which they will, or maybe Poland has joined the war against them already, I don't know, we will not be involved. Mass mobilization. Lithuania has capitulated. We have lost 500,000, about the same as the Germans. Let's go to extensive conscription. I do need the manpower. The United Kingdom has secured Africa for us. Great. I could actually start calling countries from here to war, just not the ones that border Spain, because eventually Spain will get involved. Assassination of Trotsky. Should also be doing Japan. Why did I forget about Japan? Let's boost party popularity in Japan. Now, I could start staging coups right now, but I would like the Germans to attack the Benelux and the Scandinavian countries first. Greece has been attacked by Italy. Greece has joined us. Oh, I could Actually send some people to help them. Not sure it's necessary. We're doing well. The Soviets have attacked Poland. Fortunately, we're not the Allies, we are Entente. So, we're not involved. Poland will capitulate soon, and unfortunately these units here will be in trouble. But if all goes well, the Germans will be fighting the Soviets soon. Greece is doing great. The Italians are pushing very heavily down in Yugoslavia. I'm not sure how long we can hold out for. Oh, the Italians have lost over 1 million people. Probably because they're pushing so heavily in Yugoslavia. Netherlands joined the Allies. Interesting. Not us, but the Allies. Poland has capitulated. Wonder if they will honor Molotov-Ribbentrop. Netherlands. How about Belgium? Well, until the Germans attack Belgium, I can't really get into this territory. But the Netherlands are doing great. I'd love to help them. USSR occupies Eastern Poland. They have honored the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. That looks so evil, right? This is the eye, this is the nose, this is the maw of the Soviet monster devouring Europe. But it is devouring another monster right now, so it's fine. Come on, Belgium. I will ask the Netherlands for military access. This area should be secured by the British Navy, so we should have no trouble getting across and getting supplied. Greece has helped us quite a bit. I wonder if Bulgaria will join the Axis. Why don't you attack the Belgians? Oh, they didn't do around Maginot. The Netherlands just joined the Allies. That's what happened here. Well, they are doing the war goals against Denmark and Norway, which is advantageous to us. I want the Germans to attack everyone they can, and then I'll start staging coups in Italy and Germany. And maybe in Spain as well. As you can see, we're helping the Netherlands defend themselves. Norway has been attacked. Denmark is also joining our faction, which means I should send some troops there as well. Let's give refuge to some scientists. This is going to damage our stability, but it's fine, because I'm also going to do anti-communist raids that are going to boost it. Oh, I shouldn't have done those simultaneously. I might get strikes. People's Army, great. Another 4 armies, but they're going to be the lowest priority. We want the reinforcements to take priority. Greece has liberated Albania. Might push more into Yugoslavia, but I think Czechoslovakia and Hungary are safe. All we need to do is wait for them to get exhausted or to attack the Soviet Union. Once China capitulates, it's time for some coups. Let's cancel boosting popularity in Italy and Germany and start staging our coups. So yeah, democratic coup, but where? Schleswig-Holstein seems like the perfect choice. Oh sorry, that's Italy. Yeah, for Italy, Sicily is always the best choice because it is secure. Germany, we could do Schleswig-Holstein, we could do Hanover. I want something around here, or we could do something that's adjacent to the Maginot Line, but that's not necessarily the best choice for us. Yeah, sure, let's do Schleswig-Holstein. Must remember to get out and back into the game once the coups fire, because otherwise they will do nothing. And why am I boosting popularity in Japan while we just need to defeat the Germans? Well, because once the Americans join the war, and they'll be fighting the Japanese, the sooner they can defeat them, the more help they will provide in Europe. No, I am out of steel. Well, I am on free trade. I can always support some of our friends by buying from them, like Republic of Tunisia. The situation in the Balkans seems to have halted. This is what we want. We want the Axis to not be able to expand, and to keep attacking people, and making more and more enemies while we all grow stronger. Yeah, Germany is actually pretty weak compared to, a regular game, so it only makes sense that they don't want to attack other people as much. Strikes, yeah, my own mistake. Shouldn't have done that stability thing. I guess we'll sacrifice some political power for the propaganda thing. It looks like Denmark is completely safe with our help, and the offensive in the Netherlands seems to have stopped as well. Good. The biggest problem right now is that the Soviet Union and the Allies are at war with each other, which means the Allies can't completely focus on Germany. If they did, that could put us in an advantageous position. Let's do more anti-communist raids. Strikes again? Diplomatic actions can't progress because my political power is so low because of the strikes. And it went so low because I decided to do raids. Probably should not have done that. At least our economy is doing well. Japan finished off China, and they're moving to secure on the Philippines. Yeah, it seems like we have managed to stall all the offensives, even the one in Yugoslavia. Heroes of the production front. Good. Japan attacks the Philippines. United States join allies. Yes, United States, we can have military access and non-aggression pact. 2 million for Italy. Quite a lot indeed. And there is more democratic support in there than there is fascist support. Hopefully they don't flip peacefully before I finish my coup. That would be horrible. Oh, is Germany going to attack someone else? Around Maginot. They might be moving to attack Belgium. Now, I have not built the force that would be required for a successful defense here, but, Belgium and Luxembourg have some of their troops as well, so we could work together. Netherlands want non-aggression pacts, of course you can have that. The Germans will not attack the Soviet Union because they're too weak to do that. On the other hand, I'm not sure the Soviet Union will attack Germany because the Soviet Union is very unfortunately at war with the Allies. so there might be no war here. German pressure towards the Benelux. Luxembourg has been attacked. Let's extend our front line here to cover Luxembourg. And Belgium was attacked. Also, we are going to try and protect Belgium and the Netherlands, if we can, but if this becomes too difficult, we'll just retreat into our own territory. What is this? United States have landed in Croatia. Do more of that thing. How long until my coups are complete? For quite a while. United Mexican States join the Allies. The more, the merrier. Some more raids. Hopefully I don't get strikes again. The Germans are not even close to being exhausted by this war. Well, if they moved against the Soviet Union, they would be crushed. But they seem to have enough common sense to not do that. We are almost done with our forts on the Italian border. It is time to do the focus. That will upgrade them. This adds 2 levels to each of these provinces, so going from 8 to 10. It might be time to start calling in some of my subjects, and the ones that do not border Spain or Italy in Africa. Like for example, Mauritania will not be called in, because they border Spain. Oh! Legionary Bulgaria joined Axis. We need to take care of that. You will secure Bulgaria for me. I need to send some more troops here, because now Yugoslavia is vulnerable. Fortunately, I can deploy an entire army. Unfortunately, I don't have generals for it. Not sure if Bulgaria will join the war, but we have to be ready in case they do. Is there anyone else you intend to attack, Hitler? They might attack Switzerland as well. Then we'll have to protect them also. An aggression pact from the Mexicans. Good. And Dutch East Indies. Yeah, our biggest mistake here was that actually Poland survived. Communist influence foreign policy again? I guess. I don't want to lose stability. Legionary Bulgaria has been called in. My troops are on the defensive. They're not attacking, but our friends are. Alpine forts, +2 everywhere. So we have 11-10 forts all along the Italian border. I mean, they will do war against Germany eventually, I think. It is here, but it can take them a while. I was actually supposed to start calling people in, wasn't I? Right, called them all in. I wonder if they will help in any way. And Nationalist Spain joined Axis. That might be because I called them in, because they thought they could get some territories in Africa. But we are ready for this. Morocco is not called in, and neither is Mauritania, which means they cannot get into my territory. They are more aggressive than I thought they would be. Let's send one more army to help the defense. Should have changed the province where they were deployed. Dominican Republic joins Axis. Okay. The war is going worldwide. Polish-Romanian alliance, which is weird because they're both in my faction. Oh no, actually no, they're not. Poland is not in my faction anymore because I kicked them out. But Romania is. Okay, I actually lost some territory here to the Spanish. I underestimated them. I thought this was going to be very easy. Apparently I was wrong. Insufficient forts and insufficient troops there. Actually, it's my own fault. They have pushed me back, and I only have myself to blame. We're gonna defend ourselves successfully, but we did lose a couple of provinces. I was too late with the forts. Oh, Republic of Cayenne capitulated. How? Venezuela, of course, yes, they moved in. Let's cancel boosting popularity in Spain, and stage a coup in Spain, say down south in Spanish Africa, and do the same thing for Japan. Speaking of coups, how long until the German and Italian ones are ready? 4 days. Almost there. And we have some United States in Croatia. Okay. German Republic joined the Allies. Republican Italy also joined the Allies. We have staged 2 coups. The German coup didn't get a lot of territory. The Italian coup did. So what we need to do right now is to get out to the menu and then return to the game, because there's some bugs which mean the coup forces will do absolutely nothing. So let's exit to the menu. We are back, and now the coup forces should act normally. Now, would you give me military access? Okay, you accepted. Good, I'll send some troops to defend their territories. Let's deploy another army. I will send you guys to help the Italians. Yeah, I really underestimated Spain, didn't I? Everything except for the Spanish border is looking alright. This is looking pretty bad. They have pushed into our territory quite aggressively, and I did not have the forts in place. We have retreated a little bit, and I am building a new line of forts here across the river. Let's extend the marginal line just because we can. Maybe it'll come in handy, maybe not. Republican Italy has been pushed back, but they do hold Sicily, and they can attack from there if they want to. And the coup in Germany is actually expanding a little bit. We have retreated to the river, and they shouldn't be able to push across it, because not only do I have the forts, there's also a river. Human wave offensive, yay for manpower. And just in time, because we kind of need it. I'm really sad that I screwed up in Spain, as I did, but no matter. We can handle them now. Even fragmented like that, the Germans are still holding on. My allies don't seem to want to push. We could eliminate Bulgaria effortlessly. Come on, Soviet Union, attack Germany. Japan is getting real aggressive here. Let's go to service by requirement. Although that was too early, I should have waited with that. Getting a bit boring, just sitting here, waiting, sending some random armies to whatever territory has been taken by the Allies and helping them defend it. Okay, so this did not go as planned. I was hoping for the Soviets to fight the Germans and destroy them, but apparently the Soviets are not interested in fighting the Germans at all. They're doing repeating focuses. And the Germans are not interested in fighting the Soviets at all. They're doing repeating focuses. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I will wait to see what happens with the coups before I get completely bored with this stalemate. Fall of Pearl Harbor, and we also staged a coup in Japan successfully. Let's have a look. It's tiny. Should I declare war on Japan? No, but what I will do is send them Lend-Lease, I can have all my old guns, and I will exit to the menu and return, because that will activate the AI of the coup. We're back. Let's see what the state of Japan does. Join the Allies, of course. I am sending them Lend-Lease, so they'll have a lot of guns. What they do with them, well, that's their concern. We can only watch. Well, okay, they are proceeding. Good. I have no quarrel with Japan, per se, but if Japan is defeated, the Allies will have some more resources to spend on fighting Germany. Unfortunately, they're also at war with the Soviet Union, which is a bit problematic. Every time I see a pocket like this, I just send an army there. It is now untakeable, and perhaps the Allies will push from there. Ireland joins the Allies. That's fine. Spain has happened. Where are you? Oh, damn. I mean, I put this bit as the center of the coup, but I was hoping it would spread up north as well. Apparently, I was mistaken. I don't think they're gonna do anything. Well, at least Spain did lose some of their troops, so that's something. Let's exit to the menu, so the AI activates. Yeah, I should have staged it somewhere here. No matter. Let's let it run for a while longer and see what happens. Oh, wait a minute, they got some territory here as well. Or did they just land there? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna send troops immediately. I mean, without pushing, there's not much we can do, but perhaps the Spanish will push it themselves. My main conclusion from this is that the Allied AI is rather boring. I've let it run for a while, and we have secured a stalemate in the Balkans, and we have secured our borders, although there were some blunders in Spain. Nobody can invade us, and we're helping our allies, but they don't seem to want to do anything. And I'm sorry, but I am bored. I don't want to be bored by a game I'm playing. So where did this go wrong? Essentially, Poland held out for too long, so the Soviet Union never declared war on the Germans. If the Soviets went to war with the Germans, they would crush them. The Germans never attacked the Soviet Union, because the Germans are too weak for that. The Soviet Union never attacked the Germans, because the Allies are at war with the Soviet Union. So, essentially, there is no war between the Germans and the Russians, which means the Germans won't be defeated, because the Allies don't do anything. They just sit there. There is the occasional naval invasion that doesn't really lead anywhere. So, as I said, I am bored, so I want to conclude once and for all. You can survive with just defense. You can defend your allies with just defense, if you do it right. But it's very, very boring, and I don't recommend it to anyone. So I think that's the last time I do anything like that I can't attack people. Before we finish, I mean, my armies are geared toward defense, but before we finish, just for the sake of argument, let's activate some of these orders and see how much easier would everything be if we could just attack people. Like here, for example, Bulgaria. It's going to be destroyed in a matter of days, even though we have been sitting here for years because the Allies just wouldn't push, because the wimps. And as I say this, the Scandinavians arrive. Denmark has landed in Italy. Denmark, kudos to you. That was impressive. Here, have some troops. Let's push into enemy territory, shall we? Just push wherever, it doesn't really matter. As you can see, our quick action has already taken care of Bulgaria. I've painted front lines for everyone, attack orders for everyone, and let's push with everyone. I don't want to play more games like this, where I can just defend. It is excruciatingly boring. As you can see, we're not having much success. The enemy is entrenched, as are we, so this basically turned into World War I, with trenches everywhere. Let's let it run for a while and then we'll stop. We are actually making serious gains in northern Germany. Who would have thought? Oh, I'm still leading to the state of Japan. Let's stop that, that's pointless. Oh, wait a minute, it doesn't exist anymore. Who am I lend-leasing to? I mean, I only sent old guns, but still. So, yeah, this looks promising. Spain, not so much, even though we did retake some territory. Italy, well, there might be a chance, but this is all difficult terrain, so we'll have to wait and see. Years of just sitting and doing nothing were kind of wasted, because we could have been attacking like we are now. And we have connected with Hamburg. That is going to make everything much easier up here. Of course, we are exhausting our manpower, but that's not really a problem. What else are we going to use it for? A little bit of success in Spain, a little bit of success in Germany, and a little bit of success in Italy. The Germans are getting weaker. I am disappointed in the Soviet Union, but we can manage on our own. Now, if we could separate them here, that would be awesome. And we have 0 manpower. Pity. Oh, Rome is ours, so Italy should be surrendering soon. Many of our attacks have stopped because our troops don't have manpower or equipment. I could force them to resume these attacks if I went aggressive. But first, let's switch to all adults serve. Yeah, I suppose I'll go aggressive, why not? Okay, that doesn't look very good. Doesn't look very good at all. Oh well, at least we'll defeat Spain, I think, and Italy. And Germany, well, maybe our allies will finish them off. Italy has finally capitulated. Perfect. Going aggressive might have been a mistake. Let's go back to balanced, although the damage is done. We'll probably not recover from this. Yeah, because we went aggressive, Germany has recovered quite a lot of their terrain. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who's actually doing something, or are my allies helping? Okay, I think this has gone on for long enough. We were doing great, but then I went aggressive, and then we were pushed back. Now we are doing well in Spain again. It's a vicious cycle. And I think I have had enough of this particular type of game where we can just defend. Oh, I should send some more defenses here, but let's just end it here. Essentially, what we've learned today is that even if you protect your allies with your forces in a defensive manner, like we protected Romania, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia, and even acquired Hungary for our alliance. We have protected our borders, of course, and essentially gave allies free reign. Even if you do that, that is not a guarantee of success, because essentially the allied AI is just too passive. You could see what happened in Bulgaria, right? We were sitting all around it, they had very few troops, there were lots of our allies around it, nobody attacked. The moment I clicked push on these, it was like 10 days and Bulgaria surrendered. And this is pretty much the case all over the world. So my problem with democratic AIs is that they just don't do anything, unless it's Greece or the United States, but they can't carry the war on their own, can they? So yeah, that's that. I think I'm done with defensive fronts. I gave it a good go, and if Poland fell faster and the Soviet Union was fighting Germany, we would have succeeded easily. If I was allowed to push whenever it was the best time to do that, we would succeed easily. And if I could be bothered to wait like 3 or 4 more years, then we would also succeed. But that's not what this was about. This was about seeing if us just defending our allies will be enough for them to beat Germany. And it isn't, because they usually just don't do anything. When the next update comes along, I might try it again, but for now, I think I will just be handling everything myself, rather than relying on some other people to do the job. I mean, Germany is in a difficult situation, and I suppose when we finish off Spain, because we managed to connect our territories here and we have been making gains in the area, theoretically, when we relocate these forces here and, you know, if I defend myself from Italy here, we should eventually defeat them. They are not at their full strength, but it's just not interesting to me anymore. So I'm gonna end it here. Conclusion from this, don't just rely on the defense because it's boring. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let's go on the offensive next time, shall we? That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.